after a couple more days at Heritage Plantation Marina in Pawleys Island, which was really nice. I finally got going, but it still was gusting at like 25 during the day. Now it shows 30 here, but I'm going right into the wind. When it gusts, you know, sustained, it's like 15 to 20, but hasn't made for an easy day. Kind of like motoring while being heeled over. I'd rather be under sail. Makes me feel a little out of control when I'm doing this under engine power. I'm just passing Georgetown. That's Georgetown Marina. There's so much wind, you probably, you know, there's so much wind. Anyway, I'm just passing Georgetown Marina over there. Doing a kind of short day, so I've only got another 2 hours or so. Then I'm going to drop anchor. It just kind of makes sense for tonight. I got off the dock, and then it's going to calm down over the next few days. Thank God! And we'll take a look at my routing. So, all right. Well, quite the windy day, but I was able to spring myself off the dock. Thankfully, the guy in front of me had already left, so I was able to kick it out in such a way because the wind was pinning me right against the dock. I got past Georgetown and through this little cut. I can't remember the name of the cut, and then now I am in Mimic River or Estuary. I'll take you out into the wind here and kind of show you. I'm just a little bit off of the main channel, which is out there, kind of going in that direction. So it'll be an easy out in the morning. I've got the wind blowing me this way, so I've, you know, from this direction, this way, this way. So I am a little closer over on this side, but I've still got, I don't know, 75 feet over there. Anyway, the yeah, so Mimic or Mimic, whatever. Anyway, I'll try and show you on the map. Nice spot. You could probably get, I don't know, another 2, maybe 3 boats back in here. I mean, I let out, I mean, I'm, you know, somewhere between 9.5 and 10.5 feet of water, so I let out 70 feet. Well, actually 65, and then I let out my freeboard, which is the distance to the water. So usually about 3 feet. So let's just call it 70. And then I put my snubber on. Not that it really needs it, it's not rocky and rolly, but it's always good, again, to take the stress off of your windlass. So have that. I'm gonna do a little organizing here. My these bumpers took it in the storm. I mean, the fleece fabric covering was already starting to go, but man, slamming against that dock, slamming against that dock just killed it. It didn't blow the fender out though, so the fender, it's still fine. But yeah, I got some marks on the side of Swan. Took a chunk out of one of the just the boat stripe, just the striping, so that'll have to be done at some point. So she's starting to look like she's been somewhere, unfortunately. But yeah. Well, it's another chilly morning, but there's a big cold front coming in. I'm gonna have to deal with. I have some decisions to make. So today I'm going from that Mimic, whatever, the place on the map that I showed, and I'm heading down to just like a mile above Isle of Palms Marina, and I'm gonna anchor there for the night, top off with fuel in the morning. I have some weather routing I need to take a look at to see if I might be able to pull an offshore. Might skip Charleston altogether. I mean, you know, pop out in Charleston and then head south to Beaufort or, you know, Hilton Head, or get a good current going, Brunswick. Who knows? If not, I'll just keep doing the intercoastal. But yeah, that's the plan today. Overcast. But the current isn't fighting me. That's one of those things to consider. The guy at the one marina that I was just at, Heritage Plantation, Trent, again, he was awesome. He was really awesome. But anyway, he said, you know, I mean, if you got a full current with wind blowing against you, you're making 3 knots. And then the next day you can turn around and do 5.5 or even 6 knots. You know, you could waste a day. Now, the math there obviously is pretty straightforward, but sitting for an extra day at a marina costs money, food, you know, you're going to be spending money on this and that. I like the theory of just get a little further. Just keep going. I mean, obviously, if you're going to be fighting 3 knot, or sorry, not 3 knots, but you know, like a 2 knot current against you for 2 days straight, then yeah, maybe you time it. So he's not wrong there. But all right, well, got a fish boat coming up here, or a duck boat. Well, I'm gonna have to come back through here at high tide. So I dropped 5.5. Middle of the charted Navionics, the channel showed, you know, 12. It's supposed to be 12. No. I grounded out. I grounded, and man, I'm still shaking a little bit because I got off of there, and then all of a sudden I'd see 4.5 feet. Meaning I was really in there. I hit going about 5 knots at you know, 5.5 feet. I'm sitting 13 now. I'm actually heading back north, but you can see over here, that's all mud flats, and this is the channel. So just that close to the channel, it goes to 0. Like birds are hanging out and stuff. And so now I'm gonna head 22 minutes back to the north and pray that I can find that there's not anybody in that anchorage, because I need it. So I'm gonna pay attention now. I got somebody coming south here. Well, so yeehaw, that was adventurous. So I motored 25-ish minutes back, and there's another spot along the way where there had to have only been 25 feet between mud banks, and it said, yeah, this is great, just 50 feet off the channel. No. So yeah, even the skipper Bob was just, I don't know whether this is exceptionally low. I mean, several feet. You can see the rocky, dry part on the bottom, but this is where I ended up having to go. So I came in between these points, and probably 40 feet and maybe 50 feet off of that bank. But the wind is blowing me that way, so like I'm already locked in. I got out 60 feet of chain, and it's out that way. There's another boat back in here. So now I gotta figure out when the tide's going up. I couldn't. Nah. it's it was it was crazy because I tried to stick to the buoy. Even when I was able to finally free myself and go towards the mud bank to free myself, it showed 5.5. So I knew, and then I'd feel boom, boom, boom. So I knew I was like, and then I'd see 5, 4.8, boom. So I was just kind of like bopping around on the bottom and through the mud. At her grandma's house we go, and I don't know. I mean, like I see this guy over here. If anybody going through there right now draws any more than 4.5, I was between the markers, like well between the markers, and then I tried to swing back around, and I tried to give it another go closer to the green marker before making the right into what was supposed to be a very nice and deep anchorage. It was a bottleneck, and it I don't know. So I kept it free and I motored back up here. Now I can just breathe for a minute, get some food, look at the charts and see when the tide goes up. It's not like there's another way around. You can't just like take the other road. Kind of a funny side note, I sailed off my chart plotter's map today, so I had to pull out my U.S. Southeast and Bahamas map. So I'm gonna get that switched over. Go in here, pull out, just wiggle it out. U.S. Mid-Atlantic and canyons. So anyway, I'll put that in and fire it up and see if that works. Better work. It was downright chilly last night, but this anchorage ended up being a really pretty sweet spot. There are 2 other boats that actually fit right back in there. Really calm. There wasn't a whole lot of wind anyway, but if you remember what it looked like last night, so the tide is up. Looking at the rest of, I didn't realize the tidal swings were going to be as significant as they had been. Like I had been looking, you know, and I was used to seeing 2 and 3 foot swings, but to see 7 foot swings from high to low tide is a pretty big deal. I laugh because I just, you know, so I'm gonna pay a lot closer attention to my navionics. That doesn't change the fact that the actual ICW, I shouldn't have bottomed out. I shouldn't have seen 4. I know shoaling happens, like I get that, but the entire channel was blocked. I saw 5.5, so yeah, sure, if you're a boat going through with a 4.5 depth, but it's supposed to be. But we just had storms, yada yada yada. All right, enough of my bitching. I probably won't even post this, but anyway, I got my sail cover off. I don't feel like dealing with the ICW. I'm going to, I think I might go out at Charleston and in at Beaufort. That should be kind of like a 24, should be less than 24 hours actually, it should be like 18. Both of the wind models kind of show it a wee bit different, but they're pretty much the same now. So I might not have much wind. I might outmotor but at least I won't have the twists and turns, and it is gorgeous, don't get me wrong, but you know, sometimes you just gotta pop out and make some miles, man. I just gotta hop on the freeways instead of, you know, taking old Route 66. You know, you gotta hop on the freeway sometime, and that's kind of what I feel like at this point. Yeah, it'll be a long overnight, but Looking forward to it. All right. Anyway, really good, nice and toasty. Anyway, it's supposed to get up to 65 today. So yesterday, after I had grounded and gotten free, I showed you pictures from right about here. And it's so misleading right now. That was all just mud. And there's shoals or like popping up over there. That's why it's very misleading. Stick to your channel markers. So I left Isle of Palm Marina half hour ago, and yeah, so I left Isle of Palm Marina about a half an hour ago, and if I would have left 10 minutes earlier, I could have, at a decent cruising speed, made the bridge that I need to have open. It's a swing bridge. Yeah, looks like it. I can actually see it. But so it's Martin Luther King Day, and it's a holiday, so it only opens at the top of each hour. There's no way I can make it in a half an hour, so that means I have an hour and a half to just putt. So just holding, it's 1 o'clock.
Fire bridge is preparing to ascend. Please remain outside of the fender system until the bridge is fully open. Thank you.
Copy. So nice of everybody to slow down. So I'm gonna be staying outside of the channel to the right of the greens as I'm heading out, because I got 2 big container ships coming in, but I gotta be real careful because that's the jetty to the entrance. So all right, this should be fun. And I got 2 speedboats coming in. You know what, it is what it is. Well, got my head sail up. Got her pushed out pretty far. I'm pointed a little bit further out to the ocean than I can. I mean, I'll just kind of jibe back in a little while. You know, I mean, it's nice to be out here. Again, that's my speed over ground. So I got a current against, wind with or behind, and you know, just off my quarter, not quarter, but just off of center. So I'll probably put a preventer line, which is something that keeps the boom from swinging if the wind were to cross the aft, that's what a jibe is. A jibe, sorry, I have a lot of friends and family that watch. So a jibe is when the wind passes through your aft. So in other words, it's behind you and you change, so you jibe. The opposite, attack, is when the wind is coming from anywhere from your forward. Anyway, they seem to be getting somewhere, but they're kind of going upwind a bit. Probably helping them out. Anyway, I think I'll make some coffee. Kind of flopping around a little bit, but I kind of turned a little bit further out to see. It got me another knot. It's a good thing I screamed when they came up. I'm sure they like that. Like, yay, screaming dude. That's what we want to see. Don't get a bit excited, buddy, but don't scream at it. I don't know what it is. Just love me some dolphins. Yeah, there you are. Big dolphin. Little dolphin. Clip in. Safety. Hey. You're dolphin. Happy to be sailing. I haven't sailed since, what, Pamlico Sound? Just happy to have the engine off for a hot minute, play around with the sails, adjust things, see if I can make some distance. But they're flogging. Anyway, there you are. You don't know where they are until they pop up and you hear. I'm gonna go check my heading here. Best albums of all time. Sometime. Whoa. Still getting rolled around a little bit. It is 11:15. I am at the predicted no wind portion of the evening. Been rocking and rolling. Yeah, I know this is terrible for low light. iPhone might do better. I don't know if there's anything out there. Guess not. Well, anyway, I'll check the footage. I kind of wanted to see what this would do in low light. I almost never do any nighttime filming. I think my iPhone would probably do better. I'll give that a shot. I mean, I got that thing for a reason. I might as well use it. Still taking some of the waves on the beam, but they've settled down a little bit. There's a couple like what they call fish havens up ahead, and I'm just kind of going around them. There's a bit of fog, so I'm just pointing my cell phone navionics around that, and then yeah. Other than some things like vibrating, but you know what, we're just not going to talk about it. So anyway, I'll catch you up to speed, probably more like daylight, or I'll give that iPhone a test, who knows. All right. Soon to have some coffee. Good stuff, good stuff. Right. What a long night. Fog. Just a long night. And I kind of motored in place and did circles until I got daylight and some more fog lifted, and now I'm in the narrow channel of Savannah River, and that guy is bearing down on me. I'm able to find a little spot just outside of the markers, so I can veer off. I have, I don't know, 100 feet, it says, of 20-foot depths. I'm showing 29 right now, so I'm staying off the channel. Let's see how this goes. He's a little bit closer than you'd think. Yeah, being this tired, you just gotta, all precautions. Like, I'm still latched in, even though I'm like kind of going inland here. I'm just saying, to hell with it.
See, can you imagine trying to squeeze between those buoys? With that,
so I just pulled over and throttled down because I was able to get through this little narrow section in time. It was kind of my plan, but it worked out.
interested to see what this wake is going to be like. Well, it's better to wait or just go straight for it. Oh, Lord.
What's this guy doing?
Information broadcast concerning aid and navigation in the vicinity of the Charleston Harbor region. Channel 2012.
I feel like, yeah, those are fun-sized waves. Yeah, you can't even see them. This doesn't do it justice. There we go. That's it. Alright, you know, compared to what I dealt with last night, I'm gonna say, here we are. Let me just kind of roll downhill with these here real quick. Alright, maybe rolling downhill with them wasn't the appropriate tactic. Fun. I think there's more. Oh well, worst is over, I think.
I'm just loopy at this point. Like, none of this is making the videos, but jamming out to my, like, alternative station for, like, you know, Monday. Anyway. Alright. And I'm so close. And then, of course, another tanker rolls around the bend. I'm like hustling across the channel here because the other side's too shallow off the markers, and I'm gonna go hide, what, I don't know, 40 feet off of the channel. I mean, one of them just came in, so I mean they're all going in and out of Savannah, but it's not far away. Just like a couple of turns, I think. But anyway, all right. Miss Tianjin. This one's smaller. So I got into kind of the Savannah area yesterday. I am staying where I'm at today. So this cold front came through, and it actually dropped below freezing last night. I'm making some coffee, so I have that going in the background. Anyway, I had talked about my heater in the background. I had talked about heating in the past, and that I would kind of come back to it. Well, so what I decided on, the little buddy heater. This thing really pumps out the heat, and I just leave the 20 pound, and I have an adapter, and I just kind of run that. It's made to run off of the little 1 pound propane tanks. They are only going to last like 6 hours on low. A 20 pound can, which I got one of those little pedestals for, and I got a nice cover, and I put over by my jerry cans, and it lashed down real tight to my lifelines, and then around the base. Stays on deck. I can just move it around, plop it down, and then screw in the adapter. So it runs for 108 hours, give or take, on low. So when it's freezing like it was last night, I can leave it on for, I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. It gets up to like 65 degrees in here. I'll shut it off, wait till it drops down to 55, another couple hours. It actually holds the heat in here pretty well, unless I have it really vented. Now, there's the thing. So these online, everybody that's done tests says that they've never seen anything with CO, right? Carbon monoxide. And if you're on a boat, you've got to have one of these. I just have kind of your basic kiddie version right now, reading 0. I only turned it back on about, I don't know, 25 minutes ago. It was down to 50 degrees in here. It's now up to 55. So I think outside right now it's 30, 32. Anyway, it's only supposed to get up to 47 at 4 p.m., which I say only 47. 47's fine. Like, I could be doing stuff, but most of the day it's 40 or below. So I'm just gonna hang out here today. Anyway, the reason why I bring that up is stuff's important. It's coffee time. Yeah, that's good enough. Oh yeah. And what I do is I leave a little bit of water in there. Because once I pour my first cup of coffee, I kind of let it steep. Once I pour my first cup, I'll kind of like pop this out and then pour the rest in. That way I got plenty more coffee. Anyway, Yeah, I was kind of working on a little project over here. I fried my 1500 watt inverter. That was just dumb. I was stupid. I was not paying attention, and I reversed it when I connected the alligator clips. I like to leave that disconnected because I don't want to leave things plugged in. So my sine inverter, fried it. So for charging the laptop and stuff right now, I just have this 410 watt that I'm gonna alligator clip on, charge things up as I need. But I'm not gonna be running my Blu-ray player and television, I'm not gonna be plugging anything major in for a minute, which, yeah, smart move, man, smart move. Didn't do anything to the batteries. I heard pop. A little puff of smoke came out of the inverter. I'm like, oh, come on. Brr. It's still in the 30s, but I wanted to say this is the anchorage that I ended up at. And, well, I'll show you where. And, yeah, burr.